So this year is kind of a year of accomplishments for me. I'm 5 years into my work career, I suppose. I didn't know that I really wanted to make this my career, but I'm not really trying anything different. So that's how it goes. I've made it 5 years at Whataburger. I've also made it 6 years in a committed relationship with my girlfriend. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've gone 8 days without drinking. I've gone one day, yesterday was my first day to go fully a whole entire day without smoking any weed. These are heavy accomplishments for me because whenever I was 17, I was in high school, a junior in high school, and I was smoking weed, I was doing Adderall, I was doing cocaine, I was doing LSD, I was taking hydrocodone, taking oxycodone, taking Valiums, really anything that I could get my hands on to get high. And one night I took Adderall, and me and five of my friends got into the car at like 2 in the morning. One of them had to go home to go to work, and I didn't realize that the night before. And so I left, and we started driving to Burleson, which is like an hour away from where I live. And on the way there, I fell asleep. And other people asked me to drive, but I almost ran out of gas, and so I got angry. And I was like, no, I'm driving, I'm taking it. And so I took the keys back to drive, and I ended up falling asleep. I almost hit another car, and I almost hit the guardrail, and a passenger in the back seat screamed. And so I overcorrected my turn, and I flipped my Jeep 8 times. It happened March 17, 2017 at like 2 or 3 a.m., which one of my friends broke their leg. One of them they got a concussion, and one of them, I believe, got tendons ripped out of their arm and broke their collarbone, I believe. No one died, thank God, but I almost did. And I broke my left elbow, my left I lost my eyelid. I crushed my eye socket. I fractured my spine in several places. I suffered a brain injury in 4 places. My lungs collapsed 3 times. I found out I have emphysema. I had to be care flighted to JPS, and I was in a coma for a week and a half, the hospital for a month, and an outpatient rehab for like 3 months. Honestly, growing up, I always thought that I was going to die before I got to the age of 18. And whenever I came out of the coma, I celebrated my 18th birthday in the hospital bed. I was just like coming to from my coma, and I had my whole family there celebrating my 18th birthday, waking up from a coma, which honestly is really profound if you sit here and think about it, because that was a revelation. That was a revelation to get my life together. And I wasted a lot of time chasing after a high, thinking that it was bringing me satisfaction. And the funny thing about drugs is that you can transform and change your mindset with drugs, but usually it's in a negative nature because you're preoccupied from the things that your soul finds important rather that the healthy mind finds important. It took me a while to recover, and honestly I'm still recovering, but do not give up. Keep pushing. Honestly, go out in the world and be kind. Do something nice for someone. Pay for someone's meal. Listen to someone. Be their friend. Honestly, that's all people need in life. It's people that'll is to have people know that they're there for them. And that builds bonds of trust. It builds relationships. It builds a lot of things. Honestly, if you let yourself be preoccupied by chasing after something while you think you're having fun, honestly, you might just be distracting yourself from the best moments in your life. Because I think the best thing to do is focus on what makes you happy. And whenever you take the time to get to know yourself, you realize that, honestly, you don't really need anything in the world to be happy. I mean, if you follow your values. And the things that you know are right, then you live your life with a good measure. And honestly, anything that you measure in life, compare, it kind of degrades your version of consciousness. Because if you're comparing yourself to others, that's not the real you. That's not the true you. Because honestly, you can't really know the real you, the true you. You get that whenever you die. And everything is a sweet reminder, honestly, that life saves, that God saves. And the more you focus on God, your spirit of divinity, your spirit of love, the better that life becomes. And I mean, these are general concepts. So focusing on first principles, or a principle, because in reality that's what everything comes down to. It's like, it's the principle behind it. It's the overarching archetypal nature of a person that makes them who they are. And I'm an Aries, so I've always been kind of impulsive, and it's been kind of hard for me to deal with my impulsivity because I'm very ambitious and I want everything like yesterday. But I realize that you have to take your time and you can't rush things. You have to be patient, because the more that you rush things, you try to get it done, it affects your work. It affects the kind of person that you are. If you're impatient with others, then you're not really listening to them, you're not really paying attention. So it's about learning to take your time and listen to your heart and what you know is right. That's what my dad was telling me, is that I need to follow my convictions. And so I'm finally one day sober. And I've done this before in the past, because while I was in high school, I got arrested for weed with one of my friends. Well, old friends. Well, they're still my friend, but we don't really talk anymore. But I still consider them a friend. Rather an acquaintance. But honestly, everyone that you meet in life, they can be your friend. You just gotta call them my friend. It's that simple. And show your attitude of friendliness. Because we never get anywhere by being negative towards the world. You gotta go outside and be that light. Be that brightness. Be that love. Be everything that you know just because. I know, I've grown up in Texas, and Texas is very big on religion, on God. And so I've kind of followed that idealisms and like thinking that God's all there is. In reality, that's the truth. Because I wouldn't be here today talking to you if that wasn't what it is. We are stardust meant to shine. Om.